I am out and about in these streets, so I really wanted to get this video out, and I was like, you know what? Against all odds, I'm gonna finish it. Against all odds, I'm going to get this done, okay? For the Taurus risings, okay? For the most consistent, for the most patient and steadfast in their, I think, in their goals, okay? You guys are, honestly, if you didn't already have the symbolism of the bull, I would have called you the racehorse, because I think, oh, there is a black cat behind me. A lot of people think black cats are bad. I take them as a good sign, a sign of protection, actually. I want to go ahead and just get right into this. So my notes are going to be on my phone today instead of my computer. If you don't know, your rising sign in astrology is your, without all the symbols, without all the metaphors, it is your body, okay? It's what your body looks like. It is your attitude. It also is your at first glance, at first meeting personality, okay? I think your sun sign comes through once people really get to know you, get to talking to you, okay, for a while. But I think when people first meet you, your rising sign is what they see. And with a Taurus rising, I think it's really hard to break the seal of their, they have boundaries. They really do. They're not easy to just get to know, all right? They are the masters of that, like, stonewall, RBF means, you know, resting bee face. But Taurus risings really do have this kind of like impenetrable barrier look, okay? Because depending on the sun sign, that might not actually be the case. You just have to actually come up and talk to them. Let me just get into the video, y'all. I'm not gonna ramble too much here. Okay, so Taurus is a fixed sign in astrology, and it's also ruled by Venus as well as Libra. We already did the Libra rising video, so I think this is the other half of Venus, okay? So one of the interesting phrases I came up with, because I don't think I've heard this by any other astrologer. Taurus is Venus coming to Earth. They are a much earthier version of the Venus energy. Okay, very naturalistic. Some other key words here are possessions, money, material things, sensations. So that's like the five senses. Okay, sensuality, observation, neutrality, loyalty, stubbornness. Okay, y'all already know when we talk about anything Taurus, you already know I'm about to mention stubbornness. Okay, very earthy, consistent morals, and self-worth. I think self-worth is a huge thing for Taurus risings. They have really strong standards and desires for their lives. I would say goals, but it's more than that. It's like a desire for material gain. It could be what's the word? It could be seen as shallow to some, but for Taurus, it's more than that. It's like for the family, for the name of who they are, and to honor those who raised them, okay? They have Leo in the fourth. And to have Leo in the fourth means that you have such pride in your family and in your lineage. So I think for them, their goals and material gain and having, you know, money and things of that nature, it's more so to honor their family and to honor their lineage. Okay, these are very honorable people. This is no game playing type people. Okay, they getting down to business as a personality type. Okay, down to business, standing on business type people. Okay, when I think about Taurus in comparison to Libra, Libra can be very, and you know, this might be a part of you and your personality if you are a Libra sun or a Libra Mercury, you know. this could also be a part of your personality. But with Taurus compared to Libra is that they're not interested in pleasing everyone. No. Okay? They want to be pleasing, caring, loyal. Sorry, I burped, y'all. That was really kind of disgusting. They want to be pleasing and loyal to their family and to the people that they care about. But just in general, they don't really give too much cares about these peasants, okay? They really do see themselves in a high place, okay? Someone who is worth everything that they want in life, and they are willing to go through the process. They are willing to go through whatever it takes to obtain their desires, whether that's a career, a relationship, possessions, houses, cars, clothes, shoes, all that stuff, okay? They are willing to go through the process. They're willing to work, not too hard now, okay? Because that's against your self-worth, okay? But they are willing to go through the processes that it takes in this earthly realm to get what they want. I think that's a huge part of who they are. Let me go to my notes because I'm already out there. I'm already surfing, okay? Another interesting thing I think it is worth mentioning for Taurus risings is that they are stubborn. Yes. But I think it's more so because stubbornness is like their gift in this life, as well as tons of beauty and a wonderful muscular structure. Okay, I swear, I've never seen, body transformations like Taurus placements. But like I said, this is your body. So, okay, we're going to talk about their looks a little bit more later. But their stubbornness is a gift and also a curse in this life. They are stubborn enough to keep the course and getting what they want in life, okay? They're stubborn enough to get through college. They're stubborn enough to, work their way up in a business or in a workplace. They're stubborn enough to be consistent enough to go through the earthly processes to buy a house, to, meet a person, get to know them very slowly now, very slowly, but to meet a person, to build a relationship, to keep consistency in their family life and all of that stuff, to basically keep everything in an equal balanced place. But they understand that things take time. Things take time. They have to be a hard worker. They have to be consistent to get the things that they want. I've heard a lot of astrologers mention, as well as, it's worth mentioning, they do not like people who just have a overnight come up story. They just don't think it's realistic. They don't think it's fair. Emphasis on the fair. They feel like anything worth having in life is going to take time. So when they see someone, start a business, start a side hustle, even like get on social media and go from 0 followers to 1 million in one day, it's like, okay, why them and not me, To add on to that, they love the good things. They love the luxuries of life, okay? Good food, good events, and good clothing, good shoes, good quality everything. They love all of those things, okay? So in the process to achieving the things that they most desire, setbacks really irritate them. And this can be that stubborn energy. They feel like everything should have a steady, consistent pace. But there are, and I think Vo vibes, okay? I really liked her video for the Taurus rising, and I also suggest you can go and watch that too. She had this really cool metaphoric thing about the seasons and Taurus needing to know their seasons. You will have periods of time where your journey is moving at a steady pace. And then you will go into a period of time where you're hitting success. Yay, awesome. But then there's winter. There are winter seasons where Taurus has to realize that, Capricorn in the ninth, there are, down periods. There are periods where things aren't happening and you kind of just have to trust that it's going to be okay. I think that Taurus can really grow from their Sag in the 8th, understanding that there is a spiritual aspect to your journey. And I know it's hard for earth placements. I know it's hard to just trust that there's a power beyond you that is going to help you. And it's not always you putting in tons of work. There can be an aspect of a miracle. There can be an aspect of, things just falling into place because you've already put in so much work. God sees you. God sees you. Spirit, whatever you call the higher power, universe, whatever. Okay? God sees you. And it's not always you putting in tons and tons and tons and tons of work that puts things into place for you. I don't think I'm going to go about this video in the same way because I feel like I have a flow going here and it's a very specific message for Taurus rising. So I'm just gonna go with the flow, y'all, and try to get out as much as I have in my notes. And I hope this is helpful, okay? So along with that, in the body, Taurus rules the throat. You can have a beautiful voice. Okay, let's put that out there. And a more like maybe a lower tone, even a slight rasp to it, but you have beautiful voices. You could be great singers, and you could have a very elongated shoulder. Okay, shoulders that they stand out. Okay, I like to say that Taurus look like trees, and I hate to say it, but you have a sturdy body. People say a square face, but I feel like it's more like a slendered face. Okay, strong jawline and elongated necks, wonderful elongated shoulders. The collarbone is going to be accentuated a bit, and Venus has given you the gift of a glowy skin. Okay, that you do have a glow to you, and I think that adds to the attraction, because if you have Venus in your first house, okay, Taurus, Libra, Venus in your first house, you're going to be attractive. You're going to attract people to you. I don't care if you're a little bigger, you're a little smaller. People are going to be sexually, romantically attracted to you, okay? In the lowest vibrations, Taurus can have a lack of self-worth. They can be very competition oriented. Work on that. Everybody has moments of jealousy, but I think for Taurus, they can look around them and see other people at different parts of their journey and compare themselves to that person. And you don't know what's going on with that person behind closed doors. You don't know what's going on with that person you've seen on Instagram or YouTube, TikTok. You don't know what they've been through. And you trying to compare your journey to them, okay, it's best for Taurus risings to stay on their path and stay focused, because let me tell you something. It's not a question of if you're going to make it. It's a question of when you're going to make it. Okay? I can't imagine a Taurus not hitting their goals. Just trust your process, okay? Anything else about your appearance? Be careful in, those fall, like the times that the seasons are changing. You could have, throat issues. Make sure scarves are your best friend. Make sure you're covering your throat, taking care of your throat to lungs. Also, the throat is connected to, eyes and ears and all that stuff. So you could have things that go on in your body. Usually Taurus have pretty good health, but you could have things that go on in your body pertaining to the throat and the throat health, tonsillitis, things like that. But just in general, your health is usually pretty awesome sauce. So yeah, I already said, did I already say it? You have great muscular structure. A lot of people say you just great, like good, you're built well, and I'm like, no, it's like muscular structure. I even feel like sometimes Taurus have like great booties. Sprinters, sprinters, the way that their bodies look, that's what I think of when I think of a Taurus rising. So if you've been thinking about lifting weights, Taurus can struggle with like anger issues. Lifting them doggone weights would definitely help you with any type of anger issues, any type of repressed feelings, because Taurus likes to keep everything neutral. They don't like to be too emotional. I think that's something that they learned as children, to not be too emotional, to not be too all over the place and too dramatic. I don't think they even felt like there was a place for that. It just wasn't welcomed in their home, which is strange because it's like Leo 4th house, but I'm looking more towards the Aries and the 12th. it wasn't okay to just and just be angry. Okay, you might have struggled with your emotional state as a child. You might have been more dramatic as a child, but as you grew up, it was made very clear that you need to keep your emotions in check. You need to always be the rock, be a rock in your life and for the people around you, which is not fair. Okay, everyone has emotions and everyone should be able to express their emotions. Okay, I'm always the freedom fighter. Everyone should be able to express how they feel. Okay, so the relationship with your mother with this Leo fourth house, there could have been a lot of fun and games and just lively energy in your home life. Okay, your mother herself could have been, you know, very just showy and dramatic, or maybe your parents could have, in the lowest vibration, you know, had a lot of arguments and things of that nature, but there was just a lot of passion, there was a lot of fun, there was a lot of family activity in your home life. Having Leo in the fourth is just a really nice, it's so warm. It's such a warm, nice, loving family. At least that's what I imagine in the highest vibration. In the lowest vibration, your parents could have been, you know, more selfish, dramatic. You know, in the highest vibration, just very fun. You know, a lot of toys, a lot of games, and even game systems in some cases. All right. They could have been very prideful, you know, like, we are a family, we stick together at all costs, you know, things like that. I really imagine that too. You also could have been someone who played sports. I'm just imagining, because of the first house in Taurus, and then, you know, that Leo energy, games, fun. You could have been someone who played sports as a kid, and that could have been also another way that you and your family were able to connect. I can imagine like family field days and family reunions, just big, happy, loving family activity. And I think even still to this day, you're probably very close to either your mother or just your family in general. Just a lot of togetherness, a lot of love. Any arguments, it's always settled with a hug, okay? Like that type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? So now let's move into the fifth house in Virgo. Okay? The fifth house is ruled by Leo, so I think we can also connect the fifth house to the fourth house. There was probably a balance for you in work and play. Okay, because Virgo is the work energy, and imagining this in the fifth house, ooh, baby. You could be a workaholic. You also could be someone who enjoys journaling, reorganizing things, keeping in your own little hobbit hole, okay, staying to yourself. That could be your way of having fun, you know, like trying out new self-care rituals, trying out new workout routines, going to new gyms, okay, trying out, new health routines, new ways of eating, okay, making new recipes, always studying something new. That could be your way of having fun. We not the same, but I feel you though. I feel you. Go off. Next thing is, let's go into the seventh house. Your seventh house is in Scorpio. And this is your relationships. It's also your romantic life, your friendships, okay? The people that you connect with. I'm laughing because Taurus does not like a lot of drama. Okay, they don't like a lot of drama. They like, you know, things to always be harmonious. And sometimes that means staying away from people who are not their closest friends and family, because people have a lot of drama and a lot of bullish attached to them. All right, I hear you, I feel you. But there is a certain amount of loyalty in Scorpio energy, and I think that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that ride or die type love connection, type friends. You're looking for people who will stand by you no matter what. And it's great, but also not too great, because those same type of people in the lowest vibration can be very manipulative. They can be very territorial, and that could cause issues, cause problems, because if those people are very codependent, because Scorpio in the low vibration can be codependent, if you have friends who just need you and they're the only way that they can be stable and sane is if you're near. Baby, we all come into this world by ourselves and we all leave by ourselves. Do not let nobody who is overly codependent and needs you to stay sane and stable, that's not it. That's not it. That's not right. This kind of goes back to your standards. Make sure you uphold these standards of what you would actually want in a friend, what you actually want in a partner. And don't allow yourself to be manipulated by the fact that someone needs you and someone is loyal to you, because sometimes loyalty can also come across as codependency, and we don't want that. Okay, with your 10th house being in Aquarius, Uranus is important. Where is Uranus in your chart? Okay, that is going to talk about how your authenticity is going to show up in your workplace. Okay, so Uranus energy is higher knowledge, so that is teaching. You could have a career in teaching or philosophy, even astrology, because Aquarius is astrology. You can have a lot of changes in your career, evolving out of one career into another career, right? Even activism, okay, because it's for community. Uranus is for the community, so you can have some type of career that has to do with doing things for the community, whether this is in a spiritual aspect or in a philosophical aspect or in an actual just basic, because Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn. Where is Saturn in your chart? And there is definitely a possibility for working with friends, and also learning what friends to work with. Okay, there is a possibility for starting things and them not working out, and it's going to be about finding who it is that you need to work with. It's also a career in the internet, because Uranus is the internet. But I feel like before you can really get all that you can get out of your career, there is an understanding that needs to be had about Capricorn in the 9th. Okay, understanding traditions specifically, because Saturn it can represent traditions. So Aquarius can sometimes want to change things, and if Aquarius energy is not mature, it may want to change and rebel against a certain system or a certain tradition. But if you do not know the traditions and why they were put in place and why these systems were put in place, then you can be put in a place where you are coming across as just rebellious, coming across as somebody who's just going against the status quo to be different. And I would hate that for you, okay? Like, really would hate that for you, okay? Make sure that you're paying attention to what it is that, your Uranus energy is flavored by, whether that's your Uranus in Libra, Uranus in Aquarius, because I have a Uranus in Aquarius. A Uranus in whatever the sign it is, okay? Look at that flavor. Look at what your authenticity is flavored by, okay? And then take that authenticity and look at the Capricorn, the Saturn energy of what systems were put in place before you, and then make the wise and honorable decision to make a good change for the community. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I really do, because I feel like, unless you're just there, you don't get it. So yes, you can definitely work with the internet in groups. There's also an ability to be able to work contracted, okay? Because Uranus is still the individual. So doing work as a contractor, coming along and working with a group or with a company, but on a contract, which still allows you to be able to change and move when you want to, Anything else about this 10th house? This is also your public reputation. So When I think of the 10th house, or just the highest point in the chart, this could be your midheaven too. So Uranus on the midheaven, okay? Okay, people might want to point out the things about you that are different, especially as a child, like in a public situation. Okay, this is not like, you know, your first introduction. This is just like in public, people might try to point out the things about you that are different, like it's a bad thing. Okay, so that means that you have to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's about being seen for things that are different in a good way. Okay, don't go out of your way to be different in a bad way. That's one of the harsh parts of Aquarius. Like, as an Aquarius rising, that's one of the harsh parts about, you know, Aquarius energy. You're going to stand out for the things that are different about you. So make sure you're standing out for things that are good in your workplace and in public. All right, let's go into the 12th house and we're out of here, y'all. Having Aries in the 12th house, there can be a disconnect and even a guilt around being selfish and taking actions just based off of your own personal desires. And I think that's why, you know, Taurus feels like they have to work so hard to achieve things, and why they feel like, you know, they can't just do things on their own. You know, Aquarius in the 10th. This is something that has to be healed over time. And I think Taurus, they may not be the most spiritual in the sense of, like, you know, esoteric, but I think there is a self-love journey that can be done around just knowing that you are worthy alone, even without extreme amounts of work, to have what you want. Okay? Know that you are worthy. You are worthy and you are loved by God, and you're not just someone who works and works and works and works and works and works and works to get what they need. I think there is a certain favor that you have that you're not tapping into. And this is also like a Mars in the 12th. So this can be like having a hard time taking action, you know, without thinking a lot about every single action that you are going into. And even like when you run into roadblocks, it can make you question yourself. It can make you question your worth. It can make you question the things that you desire. It makes me gleam back to the Leo in the 4th and the pride in the family. I think there is so much influence by family and keeping those core values that Aries in the 12th people can feel like, if I go and deter from what I've been taught, if I go and deter and do what I want to do, just what I want to do, that's wrong, and that I am going against my family and going against my mentors and going against, you know, what I've been taught. And I am here to tell you that, of course, with balance, okay? That's not a bad thing. It's not bad to do what you want to do. It's not bad to desire things for just yourself and for just your lineage and just for what you want to do, you know? My closing message to you is persevere against all odds. That's been this journey with me making this whole video, is persevering against all odds. My camera has overheated, it's died multiple times, and I'm not even in my normal place to film. It has been a hard time just getting this information to you, and I think that is the message. Persevere against all odds, no matter what it looks like, because there is a reward for believing in you. Okay? Despite what you have been told, it is okay to be disappointed. It is okay to be in your feels. It is okay to even question God, you know? Because you have Capricorn in the 9th. And there's like this tradition to like your beliefs, and you're just like, well, everyone else believes this is what I believe. No, it's okay to question God. It's okay to question your beliefs. Okay? Of course, everything in balance, everything in harmony. But you're worthy. You're worthy to be angry. You're worthy to question. You're worthy to take action for what you want, all by yourself. Okay? And of course, these things take time. It's a 12th house placement, okay? And especially if you have any actual planets here, it's going to take time, and there's going to be a lot of questioning within yourself about, like, just being selfish. And though there might be some trauma centered around this, okay? Though there might be a lot of, because the 12th house is the subconscious, okay? Though there might be traumas around this, you can overcome it. You are being supported spiritually in that pursuit, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a time trying to just make the video, but I did it for you. I did it for you, Taurus rising. I think that you deserve to have this message, and you guys are really dope people. I've only known 2 Taurus risings in my life, and one of them had quite a transformational experience with me. I watched that person just change before my eyes, so much so that I didn't trust it. I was like, I don't know, it's a little weird. But though we didn't connect, I still respect you and I still honor you. And I've also met a friend, her mom was a Taurus rising. Just strong people. You guys are so dope, okay? Thank you for watching, and I hope this video was helpful, okay? Love you guys. Bye.